I am Charlie Anteby, Charlie in the Morning Show. Thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you for being here. Thank you for tuning in. It's June 29th episode, even though it's June 30th because it's almost 1 o'clock in the morning. I want to give a big shout-out birthday to my niece, Janie, who's also getting Bas Mitzvahed. And I want to say shout-out birthday to my sister, Marilyn Gindi. God bless her. Very special person in the community and my family. And having said that, let's move on. The topic has seemed to be occupations. The topic had seemed to be hobbies, which is funny because hobbies and occupations now are one and the same. Of course, we hear do what you love and you never work a day in your life. And of course, we hear do what you love and you will succeed. And all these things that came into the realm of possibility, I don't think they were here before. Not in my world, not when I was being brought up. The expectations weren't, they were so rigid that not everything was available to me, you know. Over the past 40, 45 years, if a guy said I was a TV repairman, you know what? He probably had a waiting list. He probably went from house to house. He probably popped into 4 or 5 homes a day. He made himself 100, 200 a house. He worked on some other equipment. He took some stuff. The guy made money. And I went to school. I'm a certified TV repairman. I never fixed TVs. The range of expectation was very limited. We all had to do that same thing at that time. But I don't think that's where we're at now. I think where we're at now is that the range has widened. That puts a very important responsibility and onus on the parent. Because we want the parent to expose the kid to so many options at the same time, not forcing the kid into one keyhole. We want him to have the range. So, of course, there's a common sense component, but is there a common? I don't know. What if your kid says, I want to be a lifeguard? What do you tell the kid? No, you can't be a lifeguard. That's not going to allow you to live by the standards of the community. Today, a kid says, I want to be a lifeguard. He ends up with 16 lifeguards under him. And he's got a whole schedule going and a whole computer program and all the different... And the kid makes $500,000 a year doing being a lifeguard. Today, you open a bagel place, you can make more money than a doctor. So we don't really know. So what you want to do is expose somebody to various things, and you want to see where is the fit mentally, where's the comfort level, where's the interest level, what do they think they have an interest in and they can excel at. Do you want to make baba ganoush, or do you want to sell cars, or do you want to paint walls, or do you want to be a designer of fabrics and wallpapers? Where do we put these people? How do we slot them into tomorrow's workforce? These are questions we want to be asking ourselves. At the same time, there's a second set of questions that comes up. And a third. Let's take the third first. The third first is, how well equipped are you to be in the world and make choices with a little freedom to make choices? Do you have backing? Do you have financial wherewithal? Do you have somebody behind you that could say you could try this, invest in that, go slowly with the other things, see if this works out, see if that, or do you have to take a shot and make that shot work? A lot of people in option number 2, a lot of people in option number 1. So the first thing is, what's your staying power? What's your going power? What do you got behind you? Are you backed up? And now the second thing is, where's your interest level we talked about? And now the third thing is, What do you like? What do you need? What's your heart telling you? Is your heart telling you I want to be on Madison Avenue every day? I need the fancy and the schmancy, and I'm not putting it down, believe me. And I need the fast pace, and I need the commute, and I need to get into the city, and I need to see the fashion. I need to see the people walking by, and I need to pick up on that vibe. Or I need the stability and the consistency and the regulatoriness of I go to work at 9, I get out at 5, I do this, I do that. Or I'm the kind of guy that I could, be on a different schedule and my needs are not the same and I want something else. That could be another one. I never knew I was going to end up a man who worked at home, who didn't have much of a dry cleaning bill, who made lunch in his own kitchen if he ate lunch. That certainly made breakfast in my own. Who could wake up when he wants to, who put in very late hours when he needed to compensate for waking up when he wanted to. And had the freedom in between to say, I want to go take the kids for ice cream and walk out at 5 o'clock. I never knew that this is going to be my thing. I was raised the son of a great salesman. My father was a terrific salesman. And so it was, I don't want to use the word imposed. But it was imposed upon me that I'm going to be an equally great salesman. And I was. I very much wanted to please my father, impress my father. And I was a salesman, and I hustled, and I talked, and I went, and I pushed, and I moved goods, and I did beautiful numbers, and interacted with people, and made deals, and made relationships, and made arrangements, and I was big on it. I was really big on it for a long, long time. And little did I know, I don't want to talk to anybody. I did not know that. I had no idea. I had to be out there moving the goods. But had I had a life to choose, I would maybe have preferred to be better educated and trained as a writer who sat in a room with a typewriter or a word processor or a computer and created documentation, whether it was in the form of articles, whether it was in the form of novels, whether it was in the form of textbooks. I don't know what it was in the form of. Okay? Reporting. I didn't want that life of... I had a life. I was out on the road. I was calling on customers. I was walking into their stores like clockwork. Every 30 days I'd be in your store. It didn't matter if you were in Reisterstown, Maryland. It didn't matter if you were in downtown Philadelphia. You could be in Virginia. I was walking in with my sample case and my briefcase in McAllen, Laredo, El Paso, Brownsville, San Antonio, Austin, Houston, and selling and talking. And I remember when I got into the online thing, and we're getting close to 10 minutes, I'm going to cut it back. And I don't know if I made my point. My point is, what kind of life do you want to have? Some people want to spend their life in the kitchen, tasting things and saying, oh, that's delicious, I'm going to put a little more salt. Some people want to travel. Some people don't want to travel. Maybe we got to take some of those concerns and bring them into the consideration of a final path and decision and say, what do we want to do? And the best thing you could do initially is get a lot of experiences, all different experiences. So then you have what to tap into and say, what rubbed me the right way, where would I want to expand upon something, what seems like it's giving me a path that I could expand on. This may have been a very crazy show. If it is, I apologize. I wanted to put one out. I don't want to miss the day. I'm Charlie Anteby. It's Charlie in the Morning. I said a few times already, we are supported by viewers like you. I have a Venmo. It's Uncle Charlie Anteby, 917-370-3477. And I have a P.O. Box, P.O. Box 100, Deal, New Jersey, 07723. We could use some funds because the show needs a few things, and I want to get those dollars in to get things set up the right way and give the community the type of show it deserves. I always said, first class media for a first class audience. Good night.